Hey, what's going on? Aaron here. If you're watching this video right now, you're checking out Gigwalk and you're wondering, can you really make money with this platform? How does this actually work? Let's review Gigwalk to see whether this is actually worth your time. Now, at any time, if you want, you can go ahead and register for my free training below where I show you how to generate between 5 and 10,000 US dollars a month. If you just register for that, I'll send that directly to your email address if you would like. Now, Gigwalk is a very, very cool little website where basically you can take part in different activities, and it's basically mystery shopping for people all over the world, right? So what they do is they work with different corporate clients. Clients will hire them to get people like you, which are called gig walkers, to basically go around and review different things like, go into a retail outlet, go into a supermarket, go to corporate events, and kind of suss them out to see whether the quality is there, right? Now, how this actually works is it's very simple. So this is a cool little website. They've been around for quite a long time. And you can basically download the app, right? And once you download the app on your iOS or Android phone, what will happen is you will basically see a little map, okay? So this is basically the Gig Walker website, right? And once you download the app, you're gonna see a little map on your phone. Now the map is gonna show you basically where you can go to different places to take part in different mystery shopping events, right? Now the only thing about Gig Walker is that it says it's available worldwide, but it's only available mainly in the US, Canada, India, the UK, Australia, Germany, and France, with the majority of the jobs actually happening in the US and Canada. So you can download in, say, Thailand or Malaysia, but it's very unlikely that you're gonna find that many jobs that are gonna pop up, which means that you're not really gonna make that much money, right? So the majority of it is really in US and Canada, some in the UK, some in Germany and France, but a lot less jobs there, right? Predominantly in the US and Canada. Now, the way it works is once you're looking at your map, based on which state that you're in, you can kind of open it up and they'll show you where the jobs are available. Generally speaking, most of the jobs are available in the urban areas. So if you live in a very rural part of the country, then unfortunately you're not going to get access to that many jobs. But if you have a job, all you do is you click on it, you open it up, and they'll show you how much they pay per job. Generally speaking, they will pay between $10 and $50 per job. All right, so on their website they do say that they will pay between $3 and $100 or more per job, but the reality is when you actually go through the app itself, most of the jobs will average between $10 and $18. Okay, so occasionally you'll get a job that says $50, but I've been through the app and unfortunately they don't really have anything at the $100 range. So even though on the website it says they pay jobs from $3 to $100, the majority of the jobs will pay between $10, $18, $20. Occasionally you can find again a $50 job, but generally around the $10 to the $18 to $20 range, right? So what happens then is once you find the right job, you pick it, you apply for it, and then you would need to commute to that job. So that's the only thing about Gigwalk, right? Is that depending on where you live, you're going to have to commute to that location in order to complete the job. So let's just say you open up your map and there is a job that is 20 kilometers away. You're going to have to find a way to get to that location, whether that's by car, by train, by bus, by bicycle, by scooter. You're going to have to figure that out, and they don't pay you for that, right? Now once you get to the location, which might take you a while, it might take you half an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, depending on how far you are willing to travel for that job, you basically activate the job and you do it, and it could be as simple as walking through a supermarket, taking a few pictures, or going to a corporate event and sitting in the corporate event to view the corporate event. And then after you're done, you take a few pictures, you fill out a form, and then you apply for it. Make sure you answer every single question on that specific job, otherwise they won't pay you, okay? And then they will process it, and then they will pay you out. All right, so if everything is done according to the way the client wants it on the app, that's how you actually get the payout. Now the way that they pay out is through PayPal, which is very cool. So if you don't have a PayPal account, it's very easy to apply for one online. You can actually get that going really quickly in a day, and then they'll pay you directly, which is quite nice because it's not about getting a gift card or anything like that. They will literally pay you cash, which is a very, very cool thing about Gigwalk. All right, so that's kind of Gigwalk in a nutshell, right? If you come to their website right here, they've got an FAQ section as well that answers all the immediate questions about how it actually works. So there's basically 7 steps on how this actually works. Who posts the job, how do you get paid, right? Again, it's made through PayPal, so you can set up a PayPal account right there. Can you, do you have permission to perform work? Yes, you just get a credential letter and you basically download that from your app itself, okay? And how do you maximize its potential? And it basically says here, each gig walker is based on several factors, including things like successfully completing gigs at the activity level within a specific amount of time, right? So some of the gigs, once you apply for them, if you don't complete it within a specific amount of time, you're not going to get paid. So make sure that you're aware of that as you're actually going through the app, okay? Now the big question is, how much can you really make from Gigwalk, right? And what does the average gig walker make? Well, first of all, it really depends on where you're based in the world. If you're based outside of the US and Canada, it's very unlikely that you're going to make much money at all, because most of the jobs are actually in the US and Canada. So even though they do have jobs in India, in Germany, in France, and Australia, there are much less jobs, all right? So again, it depends on where you live. If you do live within the US, it really depends on the state, the timing, and whether you live in an urban area or rural area. If you live in an urban area, generally there are more jobs, right? And also it depends on how far you're willing to travel, because sometimes some of the jobs are pretty far away. You might have to drive, 50 miles or 100 miles to get to a job. So the question is are you willing to get in your car or a bus or a train, pay for that, transport, pay for gas, drive all the way there, train all the way there, bicycle all the way there, do the gig, get paid $18 for the gig, and then drive all the way back, right? So it does take a bit of time, and if you break it down by per hourly rate, you're not really making that much money, all right? Now, could you make hundreds of dollars a month? Because on their website, it says that you could either, make this full time, or, you could just make a little bit of money, right? But the reality is that, in order for you to make full-time income from this particular app, it's quite difficult to do, okay? Because first of all, there are a lot of people that are doing the actual gig walking, right? So there are quite a lot of gig walkers. The other problem is that there aren't that many jobs. There are jobs, but you're competing against other gig walkers, and it really depends on where you live and how far you're willing to go. So if you're lucky, you could potentially, do maybe a gig a day, for example, right? Maybe a couple of gigs a week. It just really depends on your luck and how quick you are, and where the location of the actual job is, right? If you do get, 2 or 3 jobs a week and you're getting paid $10 to $18, $20 per job, if you think about it, on the best case scenario, that's only about $40 to $60 that you're making, minus that's not including the transportation fees that it's going to cost you to get there, right? So it's not really that much money. It's maybe $60, $60 a week on best case scenario. So what's that per month? Let's just say it's $60, 60 times 4. That's about maybe $240 a month. And you minus all the transportation fees, you're not really making that much money. So is Gigwalk a good way for you to make some side income? I think that, look, if you're in an urban area and you live in the US and Canada, or a location where there's a lot of jobs, then on the side, if you're in the right place at the right time and the gig isn't too far, and you can just kind of hop on a quick bus ride or a train, or it's literally like a 5-minute drive, then it's actually pretty cool, because then you can make a quick $20. It's not that difficult for you to do, but don't expect this to become a full-time income, because just by the nature of the jobs, you're not going to be able to get access to enough of them to make hundreds and hundreds of dollars every single month, unfortunately. So as a bit of side income here and there, if you're in the right location, then it's pretty good. But unfortunately, if you don't live in the right place, or you're trying to make full-time income, then Gigwalk is unfortunately not going to be able to provide you that type of income. There's no way that you can make 2 or 3 or 4,000 US dollars a month using Gigwalk, just because of the nature of the way that the app actually works. I hope that makes sense, okay? But overall, pretty cool if you want to just make a little bit of extra money, just here and there, $10 here, $20 there, $50 here, $50 there. But otherwise, beyond that, it's not really going to be life-changing, unfortunately. All right, so that's kind of my review on Gigwalk right there. If you're here watching this video right now, you're probably looking for a way to generate some extra income. Maybe you're here because you're doing some research, you came across Gigwalk, you don't know how to really make money online, but this looked interesting. Look, there are lots of different ways to make money on the internet. I've been marketing now online for over a decade. I've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly, and I found some very difficult ways to make money online, some so-so ways, and some really, really good ways. So if you would like to find out my favorite way to generate between 5 to 10,000 US dollars a month, 100% from home. You just need your computer and an internet connection. This is a very cool life skill that you can learn. It becomes an asset and it'll pay you for life. So if you'd like to learn how to do that, all you need to do is just click on the link below this video. In the description box, click on that link, register for the training. I'll send you the training directly and we'll teach you exactly how you can do this particular skill if you're interested. All right, I hope you enjoyed this review of Gigwalk. All the best to you. See you in another review video and talk to you soon.